I'm meteorologist Gary Canolti. Our winter storm will continue through tomorrow. I'll have more details coming up.
I'm Armand Rahman, out on the roads giving you real-time weather condition updates for your commute.
I'm Brady Mallory, and I'll have some reminders on how to keep your pets safe when you go outside.
I'm Maddie Heimsch, and I'm in Rock County as the winter storm coincides with a fire and a gas leak.
I'm Catherine Merck here in the studio, tracking the latest conditions on your travel plans.
Meteorologist Alex Harrington with the First Warn Weather Team just measured 7 inches of snow with additional snow accumulations expected of maybe upwards of 4 to 6 inches. Coming up, we'll tell you when the snow stops.
Heavy snowfall, high winds, and bitterly cold temperatures have forced the city of Madison to declare a snow emergency. Good evening. Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 5 for special live team coverage on this latest winter storm.
As Wisconsinites dig themselves out of the snow, our team is here to deliver the latest information on the impact of this weather system. A
live look now over southern Wisconsin. You can barely see the Capitol there. Severe winter weather forcing closures of businesses, schools, and government offices today.
Like the city of Madison, where all non-essential in-person services are currently closed.
And those in-person services, like libraries, are expected to open back up on Sunday. Meanwhile, Madison Metro operating regularly, but riders should expect delays.
Now let's get a look at the forecast. Meteorologist Alex Harrington is out on the wintry weather patio. Hi, Alex. How much snow back there so far?
Yeah, I'm going to go actually take a measurement here. And while I'm doing that, I want to remind people there is so much snow on all of these trees out here from our previous snowstorm on Tuesday, with winds gusting to 45 miles per hour. We could start to see some of those tree limbs go down if they haven't already gone down already. 14 inches of snow in total between the two storms, so that makes about 8 inches here at the studio right now. We can use our fancy little graphic system here to tell the rest of the story here. Here we go in our wintry wonderland out here. Additional 48 inches are expected with the blowing and drifting and those winds, like I just said, upwards of 45 miles per hour. And it's really roaring out there behind me. We could be looking at near blizzard conditions across all of southern Wisconsin, actual blizzard conditions already over portions of Iowa and into southwestern Wisconsin. So this is serious stuff, folks, especially as the winds continue to ramp up out there. Those winds, bad driving, carrying on into your Saturday. We'll continue to see the snow carrying on into at least your Saturday afternoon. The heavy stuff will be overnight tonight, and as you can see how much is accumulating on me just a couple moments out here, it is coming down at a decent clip. We've got visibilities anywhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of a mile visibility. When visibilities get to 1/4 of a mile or less, that's considered really heavy snow out there, and that's widespread. Additional accumulations, lesser to the south and west towards Dubuque, more from Madison and points off towards the north and towards the east. This is through Sunday. We could be looking at additional accumulations anywhere between 2, 4, 6, and 8 inches, with, let's say, some of the heavier amounts from Madison and points off towards the north and the east. We were first to let you folks know about snow totals earlier this week, and it's verifying widespread 9 to 12 inches with isolated higher amounts. And this is a 1-2 punch. Here comes the second punch as we go on into your Sunday morning, lasting into your Wednesday morning with wind chills as cold as 35 below zero during this time frame, and that's not stuff to mess around with, folks. Coming up in Maine weather, Gary's going to track the snow, when it ends, and in the 7 to 10 day forecast when we might see some normalcy in southern Wisconsin.
All right, Alex, and a number of healthcare providers across southern Wisconsin are closing clinics, urgent care facilities, and pharmacies early due to the storm. At UW Health, all clinics are now closed, but urgent care and the emergency departments will stay open. Meanwhile, SSM Health urgent care locations in Janesville, Madison, and Lake Delton are also closed. For a complete list of healthcare closures, you can find this story linked at channel3000.com. And of course, if you are experiencing a medical emergency, call 911.
Some Beloit residents have come face to face today with a winter emergency. The weather, a fire, and now a gas leak.
And our Maddie Heimsch is live at the scene with updates on the weather and the conditions there. Maddie?
Susan, Eric, we got word from officials about an hour ago that gas leak had been contained, allowing neighbors to finally return back from their homes. I spoke to the Beloit Fire deputy chief, who told me the gas leak bubbled up from the ground at the scene of the fire. Crews realized it was in the city's sewaging and could travel to nearby homes, causing that second evacuation. I spoke with one neighbor as he and his kids returned home after the fire earlier today.
First reaction was get out of town. go ahead and I am familiar with what they store over there, so I knew that the fire wasn't going to extinguish itself at all anytime soon. So we go ahead and pack the kids up and get them out of here.
Jones took his kids to a relative's house on the other side of town to escape the hazardous smoke. Now they're back home and they hope to finally enjoy their snow day. We'll be back on News 3 Now at 6 with continuous updates on the conditions. Live in Beloit, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Former Badger Darius Jones, glad to see he's doing well. Right now, city plows are hard at work clearing the roads, but even though approximately 150 pieces of equipment are in use, Madison Street Superintendent says plowing can take upwards of 14 hours to finish. They're expecting different conditions with the storm, more accumulation and more blowing and drifting.
Can keep all of these streets wide and safe throughout the whole winter season because we got a lot of winter left, and it's definitely here now.
As always, they're starting with the salt routes, the city's main thoroughfares, and this will be their focus during the entirety of the storm.
Well, for those who had to go to work today, not everybody got to stay home. Unfortunately, the snow has made it very difficult. Our Catherine Merck joins us now. She's taking a live look at the latest conditions on the traffic map, and there's a lot of pink and purple on that map, Catherine.
That's right. I'm taking a look at the Wisconsin Department of Transportation's map here, taking a look at some of the different parts of our area that are having some severe road situations because of this storm. Right now, one of the biggest ones is near Mount Horeb. So if you're traveling home, especially from Verona West tonight, that's going to be a difficult commute for you. That's entirely ice covered, which is why that's in red here. Now, some of this blue here is snow covered. We did see some accidents. That one was near Deerfield earlier in our newscast that actually went away. So we are seeing some crashes get resolved and others pop up. I'm seeing a new one near Sun Prairie in this hour, a crash on an exit up there. We were also tracking flight departure delays out of First, Dane County Regional Airport here. I'm seeing 5 cancellations and others that were delayed as well. And for those who might be traveling out of Chicago, many do out of this area, lots of delays, cancellations. So make sure that if you have something booked tonight to check on your times. And if you are going to get on these roads, make sure that you're going slow and very carefully. We're going to have some people out on the roads ourselves checking some of those conditions. Back to you.
All right, Catherine, thank you. We'll take a look at this. Iowa County Sheriff's deputies had to pull someone over for driving with their windows almost entirely covered in snow. You got to do better than that, folks. This was on U.S. Highway 18, and the driver was going 70 miles per hour. You might be lucky enough to stay home today, but if not, the sheriff says cleaning off as much of you as you can of your vehicle is necessary.
You've taken out your vision from being wide and putting it down to a small, narrow spot to make sure that everybody is safe before they hit the highways. That extra 5 minutes could save someone's life, or it could save you from getting into a crash or something.
State Patrol says snow and ice can always slide off your roof or blow off the hood and fly into your window. It could obscure your vision or another driver's vision. With winds getting close to 50 miles per hour this weekend, really important to brush off those windows and also your head and tail lights.
There are plenty of delivery services struggling today in the weather. For those who rely on meal deliveries, that can have a big impact.
But SSM Health's Meals on Wheels program is well prepared to make sure the people that rely on them have what they need. Braden Ross joins us now with how they're doing it. Braden?
Yeah, Meals on Wheels actually starts their winter prep before the winter even starts. So at the start of the season, they stock people up on non-perishable food that they can keep as backup for days like this. SSM's Meals on Wheels program follows the Madison School District. If the schools are closed, then so are they.
Usually in the month of November, we start delivering our blizzard meals. Those are shelf-stable meals. They have things like chicken salad, tuna salad, soup, crackers, snack bars, juice boxes, things that recipients can just keep on their shelf, keep in their cabinets until they need it.
Now, Meals on Wheels also works as a way to check in on at-risk folks, and that doesn't stop during a storm. Volunteers still give those who use the service a call to make sure they're doing okay. Now, this is also a great reminder that Meals on Wheels always needs more volunteers, especially in the winter. If you'd like to get involved with volunteering, driving, putting together the food, you can find all the information you need online at ssmhealth.com. For now, reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, Braden, thank you. And on the other side of this storm is this frigid cold stretch that's coming. That will be very hard on our vehicles, and AAA is recommending making sure your tires are properly inflated, have plenty of tread on them. During the colder months, the rims could also actually start to corrode, causing your tires to deflate. You also shouldn't have anything less than a half a tank of fuel in your car at all times. Don't use cruise control at all while it's snowing and icy out, and keep an emergency kit if you can of cold weather gear in your car.
Pet owners across the state are taking precautions to keep their furry friends safe in this cold weather. Let's send it outside to Charlotte and Brady, who have a few tips and a special guest. Hi, guys.
Yeah, this is our little helper here. His name is Kent. Real quick, earlier Charlotte and I told you that you want to dress in layers when you're outside. Don't forget your gloves. Mine are inside. I'm going to get them. Don't worry. But you also want to be sure that you dress your pet for this. So, hey, Kent.
Yeah.
What's up?
So here's the deal. Hypothermia is a real issue when temperatures are going to drop as low as they are starting on Sunday. So we know this area, we love our pets. So you need to make sure that your pets, like Kent here, are prepared to be outside, and you really need to also limit the time that they have outside. This is Kyle Jones. He works for us in the newsroom, and this is his dog, Kent, and you are really a stickler in protecting your Kent, just like everybody else. And hypothermia is a really, really big thing for you.
Oh yeah. You know, he's got his boots on right now. I don't know if you can really see him on camera. Hey, bud, come here, Kent. Over here. There you go. You can kind of see the boot.
He says he wants to go inside.
He likes the snow, but I don't think he likes it this much.
Yeah.
But he's got his jacket as well. That'll be important. What I always look for when I have him out on cold days like this is if he starts lifting up a paw. That's the really telltale sign for dogs. If they start lifting a paw, that's how you know it's probably time to wrap things up. Especially the next couple days when we're getting those wind chills below zero. That's when it gets really important.
And also a big thing too, salt. We talk about this all the time, right? So you only need a 12-ounce coffee mug for a 20 square foot driveway and 10 squares of a sidewalk. Also, the rock salt is really bad for our pet friends, and so animal people out there, you know, you got to try to scrape that salt off of their paws, because salt poisoning is a real thing for animals.
It is, yeah. And what I like to do, and obviously when we're snow covered like this, it's not as much of a problem, especially with his boots.
Right.
But if we did have a lot more salt on the ground, I would, bring with me a towel, and so when we wrap up our walk, bring him in, take off his boots, give him a little wipe down on the paws, and then we're done.
So that's some good advice out there. You want to be prepared. They may not like their boots and their jacket, but you want to protect them. You don't want anything bad to happen to your furry loved ones. And look, he's a little trooper.
He's great.
Yeah. So there we go.
Thank you very much, Kent, for coming out.
And we have some information from the Dane County Humane Society about all of this and what to do if you see an animal in distress outside. We'll put up the number in case you need to call. You can find that at channel3000.com. I think maybe I should take his lead and go find some gloves.
Yes, let's go back inside.
Okay.
I think that's a plan.
Back to you in the studio.
Great information, you guys. Thank you so much. Kent was like, can we please go inside?
Like, what am I doing here?
Thanks, guys.
Kent Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
And keep the latest information in the palm of your hand with the First Warn Weather app. Stay up to date on this storm and those later chances for snow and cold with real-time updates. Just search WISC Weather in your app store.
Well, stick around after the break. We'll get a look at your complete First Warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
And we'll take a look at the roads. We'll check on those evening commuters coming up next at 5 with your latest live drive.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
The bag is back at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag, from household items and pet toys to power tools and even your favorite snacks. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. This deal won't last long. bag and see how much you can save. Sale ends January 14th.
Save big money at Menards.
Embrace the season of giving at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless home office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat, or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
After a serious truck crash, you need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Can your roof handle our Wisconsin winters? If you're tired of repairing leaks and replacing shingles after each storm, call us, the metal experts at Sweeto Metal Roofing.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Your eyewear should be as individual as you. With Shopko Optical's extensive selection of frames and lenses, our optometrist will learn about you and help you customize the right choice for your lifestyle. Visit Shopko Optical and find your new signature style today.
As our winter storm pulls out during the day on Saturday, it'll be followed by bitterly cold temperatures by Sunday morning. At 6, I'll let you know how much more snow to expect.
And we are on the road with our live drive, giving you the most up-to-date information on road conditions and closures tonight at 6.
On the next Wisconsin Huddle, Tyler Wall joins Zach at the desk and talks about the Badgers' success this year. And Zach goes head-to-head with guard Connor Asigian in NBA 2K24. Friday night at 6:30 on the next Wisconsin Huddle. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. The evening will feel hectic as this snow continues to fall and those gusts pick up as well. Safety officials are urging drivers to be especially careful tonight.
Our Armand Rahman is on the road right now with photographer Lance Height with more on how the roads are looking for commuters who are heading home tonight. Hi, Armand. How's it look out there?
Hi, Eric and Susan. Right now, we're on Regent Street. We're right about to turn onto Mineral Point Road, still on the near west side. And I can tell you, as I flip the camera around here, that the road visibility is starting to get a little bit worse. It is starting to get a little bit more sloppy out there right now. Thankfully, we have not seen too much traffic right here on the residential streets, so it seems like people are really heeding that warning to stay inside. Right now, we're going about 25 miles an hour, and like I said, it's a little, a little bit messy. However, things aren't too bad right now. We'll be at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. We'll head back out onto the Beltline for a look at the highway conditions right now. For now, live on the west side of Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now, sending it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Armand, now let's get a look at your complete first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Yeah, our first warn weather alert day remains in the forecast through tomorrow. Right now, we're looking at additional snowfall tonight into tomorrow of 4 to perhaps as much as 8 inches of snow. The 8-inch amounts more likely will be across Dodge and Jefferson counties closer to Lake Michigan. The lesser amounts over southwestern Wisconsin. Total snowfall for the storm, somewhere in the 8 to 12-inch range, but there'll be places that are more than that. Some areas have already picked up a fair amount of snow, and it'll be windy with a lot of blowing and drifting snow. These are some of the snowfall amounts we've received so far. 9.2 inches in Oxford, 9 inches in Adams, in the northern part of Adams County. Watertown to the east, 8.5 inches. Here at the station, 8 inches. The official reading for Madison, 6 inches, but they only take them every 6 hours, so that's as of noon. So we've probably added significantly to that. Prairie du Chien, in far western parts of our viewing area in Crawford County, they're at 5.5 inches, at least as of last report. Most of the heavier snow right now from Madison eastward. These are the current temperatures. Notice they're just below freezing. So the snow while a little stickier than normal, still is not as sticky as it was for the storm earlier this week. And as the winds pick up, the visibilities will drop and the blowing and drifting will continue. Madison's gone from a quarter-mile visibility to 3/4 of a mile. Quarter-mile visibility is heavy snow, but you can see Janesville still at a half-mile. Many locations, quarter-mile visibility with heavy snow in Waukesha. And the snow still extends back into Minnesota and Iowa, a couple heavier bands around Des Moines. So we still have to get through tonight and into early tomorrow morning before we start seeing a little more spotty nature of the snow. And you can see this in Future Track beginning at 6 p.m. Steady snow through much of the evening. There might be a little break or two, or at least lighten up in the snow in a few spots. But for the most part, it'll be widespread snow. And notice the temperatures start to drop. Midnight, we're in the mid-20s. By the time we get into early tomorrow morning, we're in the low 20s. And the winds shift to a more north-northwesterly direction. That means that east-west roads will be the ones that will be more susceptible to blowing and drifting snow. Notice the temperatures continue to drop as we head into the afternoon. We're in the upper teens in the afternoon. The snow becomes a little more spotty. A few snow showers with heavier snow. Most of the snow by that time down to flurries or just some very light snow showers as the temperatures continue to drop. Additional snowfall, the areas in darker blue here, these are the areas that are more likely to see perhaps as much as 7 or 8 additional inches. Most areas probably in the 3 to 6 inch range, and then southwestern Wisconsin closer to 3 inches. When all is said and done, our thinking is still pretty much about the same. Most areas about 9 to 12 inches, heavier amounts out toward Lake Michigan, perhaps a little lighter amounts up into central Wisconsin, although again, we've already got reports of 9 inches in Adams and parts of northern Juneau and Adams counties. Winds also very strong, generally in the 40 to 45 mile per hour range overnight and into tomorrow morning. Then we face bitterly cold wind chills. We have first warned weather alert days in the forecast from Sunday morning through Wednesday morning for wind chills as cold as 35 below zero and actual air temperatures as cold as 15 degrees below zero. So winter storm warnings in effect until noon tomorrow for most of our area. Southwestern Wisconsin blizzard warning through midnight for Grant County. Winter storm warnings north of there until midnight. And then later on tonight, from midnight tonight through 6 p.m. tomorrow for areas west of Wisconsin Dells to Lone Rock, the Platteville line, as the snow starts to wind down, a winter weather advisory there. Look for a low of 22 in Madison, very windy with occasional snow continuing, and then the snow tapering to snow showers and flurries on Saturday, high of 23 in the morning, but again, by afternoon, we're going to be in the teens as the temperatures drop, and those winds still very strong, and then the bitter cold air moves in. Look for low temperatures, perhaps close to 15 below zero, and high temperatures only around zero, and wind chills down to about 35 below zero early next week. Latter part of the week, a little better, but still temperatures well below normal, and wind chills early in the morning still could be as cold as 10 to 20 degrees below zero. As we check out first warn traffic, right now, you could expect the roads are not in great shape. An accident now on the eastbound Beltline at Stoughton Road. Lots of delays on the Beltline either direction. South of Madison, I-39-90. Lots of delays from Madison down toward the Illinois state line. I-94, pretty much very slow traffic between Madison and Milwaukee. And north of Madison, very slow traffic on I-39-90, 94. Travel times on the Beltline right now. Almost a half hour either direction between University Avenue and the interstate. That's about double the normal time. And heading from the Beltline to Janesville, that's a 41-minute trip. That's 15 minutes more than normal. Slow going on US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. And inbound and outbound from downtown to Sun Prairie, not too bad. That's your news 3 now for First Warn Traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. And coming up at 5, we'll check back in with our Catherine Merck at the Alert Desk for the latest on the accidents and travel updates.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dabble is a refreshed television destination. You got to keep it fresh. Where the fun always flows and everyone is welcome.
Pods handles the driving. Pack at your pace, store your things until you're ready, then we deliver to your new home, across town or across the country. Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says This one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you equipped with quality tools and project supplies because we get you. Whether you're a hardworking pro or an ambitious DIYer, we get you what you need to get the job done. Right now, save on these 4-packs of DeWalt batteries, $179. $10 off these 250-foot rolls of indoor wire. Plus, trade in any used power or hand tool for exclusive trade-in savings on select DeWalt tools and accessories. We get you what you need because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Explore the essence of creativity in this month's Madison magazine. Set your own creative path with inspiration from local innovators. Then feast your eyes on Wisconsin's cheese renaissance. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Congratulations to Madison Magazine for earning 9 awards in the Milwaukee Press Club Excellence in Wisconsin Journalism Competition, including top honors for Best Single Story or Feature Design and Best Feature Photograph.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Of course, the roads are slick. Flights have been delayed and canceled, causing travelers major stress.
There are a lot of accidents out there, too. So let's send it back over to our Catherine Merck at the Alert Desk. Catherine?
Yeah, that's right. A lot of color on this map from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, and that's because a lot of snow and ice is making it difficult for travelers on the road. We're keeping an eye on some key spots right now near Mount Horeb. It's entirely red here. That means it's all ice covered. So if you're heading west out of Verona tonight on your evening commute, might face some difficulties there. And we're seeing a couple crashes pop up, some on the Beltline. Make sure that if you're heading home that way, to keep it slow, be safe. And also today, we're tracking airports cancellations, delays. Less colorful here, but this is out of Milwaukee. Canceled, delayed. We're seeing it over and over again. So make sure you're staying up to date on your travel information and keeping it safe out there.
All right, Catherine, thank you. We'll have a final check, your first warn forecast, when we come back.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Don't want your New Year's resolutions to fade fast? Keep your resolutions longer with Willie Street Co-op. Reduce your carbon footprint. Expand your culinary horizons. Improve your skills with new kitchen tools and cooking classes. Nourish your body with clean, fresh foods. Explore products from an array of BIPOC and LGBTQ+ vendors. Willie Street Co-op. Everyone is welcome.
Can your roof handle our Wisconsin winters? If you're tired of repairing leaks and replacing shingles after each storm, call us, the metal experts at Sweeto Metal Roofing.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, Pro Adjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
Every single day, we help families that have been tragically impacted in truck crashes. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. Truck crash? Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
On this Friday night, our Health Watch looks at the uptick in flu-related deaths among children. And doctors say they're seeing kids with multiple infections of COVID, flu, and RSV coming through the hospital. How to stay safe. Those headlines and much more tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And then coming up at 6, how the Madison Fire Department prepares for days like today. Shovel out those hydrants. It's really important. That and more coming up in the next half hour.
Well, let's get to Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Yeah, this is still a nasty winter storm that will continue through most of tonight and then start to wind down tomorrow. There's the live view of the Edgewater Skycam. Visibility has actually improved a little bit here in Madison. It's not quite as snowy, but still steady snow continues through much of southern Wisconsin, and it extends back into Minnesota and Iowa. So it's going to snow for a while longer, probably at a light to moderate clip, but the heaviest snow right now is over southeastern and eastern Wisconsin. That's where the heavier totals will be. The lower the visibility, the lower the number, like Waukesha, quarter-mile visibility, that's heavy snow. Here in Madison, we're at about 3/4 of a mile visibility, and you can see additional snowfall. This is through tomorrow, probably anywhere from about 2 to 4 inches through Madison and areas to the west, and more, perhaps up to 8 inches for our far eastern viewers.
Well, we'll have more updates in a half hour on News 3 now at 6. The CBS Evening News is next.